Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a race tier list for everybody to just kind of go over what I think are the best races, the worst races for PvP, PvE, mostly PvE since that's kind of what I do for this game, and see how it goes. So first off, we've got Cyclops. Cyclops I'm going to put up at S tier because it has the highest damage reduction in the game right now, to my understanding, which is very good for just anything. It doesn't really matter, taking less damage from anything is great. Its minor divination feels a bit weak due to how mob aggro ranges work right now, but if that were to be tweaked, I think it could be even better than it already is. Next up we have Elf. Elf gives you passive mana reduction on casts, which is very good for spellcaster builds. So I think that's already a huge plus for the race, as well as its TP. So any spellcaster type class, Lich, stuff like that, would have a great time having this guy around. So I would easily put Elf up in A. Goblin is nothing extraordinary, but it's not horrible either. It has agility, which is good for PvP and PvE and just getting around the map. It's nothing extraordinary, but it gets the job done. It's a good starter race. I would put it in the middle of the pack in C. Next up is Human. Human is pretty good. It has some neat little passes with it, as well as Humanity, which is just a flat heal. Its cooldown is rather long, but it is a pretty decent heal, especially for squishier classes. Makes you stand still, but other than that, it's really not that bad. So I put it in B tier. Next up, we have Orc. Orc recently got nerfed, and pre-static charge changes, it was pretty bad. I still don't think it's the best with the active that it has right now, and since its damage reduction got nerfed, since it's below like Cyclops now in terms of that, I would put it in B tier. It's not horrible, but it's not what it used to be either. If things were changing, maybe we'll see. Then we have Revenant. Revenant. Revenant, you have a passive that you lose less items and no gold on death. Other than that, though, it doesn't really have anything else. Its lore, I think, is really cool, but it just, in terms of actual helpfulness to the player, if you're not a noob, it doesn't really bring anything to the table for you. It's a good starter race, but not much else, so I put it in F tier. Slime. Okay, so Slime's active is horrible. There's just better moves for it overall, like active moves that you can get from trainers and stuff, so that makes this move become obsolete so quickly. But its regen is really good, so that automatically makes it better than a lot of other things. So I would put it in the middle of B tier, but if the active got changed into something different, maybe utility or just something better overall for the player to use, I would easily move it up to A tier. And then last but not least is the Trenchborn. The Trenchborn has higher regen than normal, which is already a plus, so that makes it at least as good as Slime. So you have good regen in fights and stuff, so if you don't have the time to heal or get healed by a friend, the regen can carry. And then it's active, it's not crazy, but it is helpful. It does damage, it slows, and it reduces defense for a little bit. That's pretty nice as a little combat trick to do. But mostly the regen is what carries it, so I would put it up in A tier for that. Other than that, I don't really think there's much else to write home about the Trenchborn. Overall, though, I do think that Revenant needs the most love out of anybody. It needs an active and some better passives, I think. Slime needs a little bit of love, maybe Human, and Orc needs a bit of changes on its end, as well as Cyclops. But other than that, stuff's going on smooth sailing. So I'll see you guys in the next one.